Once upon a time, in the deep sea, the Sea King ruled the underworld. The Sea King lived with his mother and 4 daughters, their ages being 1 year apart. The girls know that when they were 15, they could swim to the surface for the first time. The Little Mermaid had to wait a long time because she was the youngest. Finally, the older sister was 15 years old. She was the first one allowed to survive. When she returned, she has many miracles to tell her sister. I rest upon the soft white sun. Above is the deep blue sky with expanding white clouds. Then the sun went down and the whole sky turned to gold and red. It was so beautiful, she said. When the next sister was 15 years old, it was winter. She said, I saw an iceberg floating in the sea and shining brightly. All ships moved away from the iceberg. I was still terrified. When the third sister's turn, she told me about moving as close as they could to the city gate. I heard people call out, horses that went clip, clopping down the street, and even music that I had never heard before. Finally, the day came when she was 15 years old. Now, she can rise from the surface and see for herself. When she appeared on the water, the Little Mermaid was next to a large ship. On the ship, beautiful music was playing. They laughed and had fun. The Little Mermaid saw a handsome young man stepping out on the deck. He must be a prince. Suddenly, it became very dark and the wind picked up. It was so dark that the Little Mermaid could see nothing. Then lightning lit up the sky and she could see the young prince on deck. The prince was flung to the side of the ship and thrown overboard. Down into the sea he fell. Little Mermaid saving the prince and taking the prince to the beach. Little Mermaid singing a sad song and suddenly the princess wake up. Are you alright? But at that moment, she heard a group of girls coming. Suddenly, she plunged into the sea and hid behind a rock. The prince never knew that she saved him. Days went by, then weeks. The sisters went to their grandmother for help. The old woman went to her granddaughter. Child, what is the matter? She said. The Little Mermaid cried out, Grandmother, I will never be happy again. She told about meeting the prince and saving him, then having to leave him behind. Unless I can somehow walk online and be with that young man, I will be sad for the rest of my days. My dear, sighed the grandmother, you know as well as I do that it is not possible for a mermaid to walk on 2 legs. Well, the only one who can do anything like that is the sea witch. But of course, it is too much too dangerous to go to her. But Little Mermaid still finds the sea witch, and she says what she wants. It's not a problem, but I don't give my potion away for free. Do you understand? What do you want? You must surrender your voice. And finally, Little Mermaid agrees and drinks the potion sea witch gave her. Instantly, she felt dizzy and pain. When she wakes up, she's on the same dry land as when she saved the prince. Raising her hand, and she could see that her dream come true. She has 2 human legs. Suddenly, the prince comes and helps the Little Mermaid. Hi, are you in trouble? Little Mermaid wanted to answer, but her voice was gone. You can speak? She shook her head. No. Well, then let me take you to the castle. You can clean there and pick up dry clothes to wear. After days, the Little Mermaid stayed in the castle. The prince wants a Little Mermaid by his side every day. He thinks he is in love with her, but he still hopes to marry someone who will help him. One day, the king called out to the prince.
Soon, your mother has made a decision to marry you to a doctor in a European country. And tonight, she comes with her parent. We will make plans for the wedding.
The prince is ruined, and the little mermaid was afraid because he knew that if he married another woman, the next day she will die. That night, the problem got worse, as it turned out the sea witch had put her voice inside the princess. So when she spoke, it was the sound of the little mermaid coming out. The prince was stunned. He asked the princess to sing, and the little mermaid's voice filled the room. The prince was so happy that he could finally marry the woman he had been missing all a long time. The wedding day has arrived. The wedding takes place on the sea. The little mermaid comes to the wedding with the other guests. The wedding will take place at sundown. The little mermaid saw a sea witch emerge from the sea. The little mermaid knew she had to protect the prince and even her future bride. "This is the end for you," said the sea witch. Little mermaid covered in the tentacles of a sea witch, and she asked her craft right into the sea witch's body. The sea witch was in pain and she fell into the sea. When the sea witch fell, the little mermaid's voice was released and returned to her. The little mermaid then shouted in a hoarseness, "How bad is this kingdom? You can't even hold a decent marriage." The little mermaid started to see. The prince knew that the voice he remembered belonged to the one he loved. The prince put his arms around her. "Now I know it was you all along," sighed the prince. "Will you marry me?" The little mermaid had her voice back now, but with all the happiness in her heart, she could not manage to speak. So she nodded yes with a warm smile, and a wedding on board ship took place after all.